Hello vinyl community, Matt here again. Quick video showing a few recent vinyl purchases, just 3 of them, but we are going to do an unboxing for the 3rd one, so that's a little bit different. Starting up, we have Jimi Hendrix Experience Greatest Hits. I do have a couple of Hendrix's albums. You know, I'm not super into him, but I do like a number of his songs, and I found this for a good price. I think it was between $5 and $10, somewhere around there. Not sure it's an original press. I'm thinking it might be a slightly later one, but it is still from the early 70s. It's on the reprise record, the orange label, and it's got some classics on here like Foxy Lady, Purple Haze, of course, The Wind Cries Mary, All Along the Watchtower. Yeah, I mean just some classic Hendrix tracks. So had to have it. Next up we have The Shadows' Greatest Hits. I do have another album of theirs called Specs Appeal, but that's from the mid-70s. This is from 1963, I think. British pressing. And The Shadows were really just a terrific, primarily instrumental band. They were the backup band for a long time for Cliff Richard, particularly in the 60s, but on and off throughout a lot of his career. But they also had a lot of hits of their own. You know, without Cliff Richard, he wasn't involved. And this particular album actually has 4 number ones on it, 4 UK number ones. So yeah, UK pressing. It's a funny thing because the sleeve tells me this should be a really early pressing. I mean, it's just got that look about it. But the record itself, especially if you look at the label through there, you can see it through the plastic sleeve. This looks more like a 70s pressing on the EMI Columbia label. It's very reminiscent of the some of the Beatles 70s pressings from the UK. But this has some absolute classics on it. Like I said, it's got 4 number ones. The number ones are Dance On, I believe Kon-Tiki was another number 1. Apache was a massive number 1 hit in the UK and in several other countries. Wonderful song, but just check it out. And then my personal favorite song on the album is Wonderful Land, which is an incredible instrumental track. It's so melodic, but it's also a very brooding and kind of depressing song. If you'll forgive the the graphic imagery, it's a song that makes me think of somebody sat on their own contemplating taking their own life. I again forgive the imagery of that. It's just always made me think of it. I don't know why. I can just see it in a movie, like somebody sat there, you know, and this song playing in the background for some reason. But yeah, check it out. Google it, YouTube it if you're not familiar with The Shadows. Look up Apache, look up Wonderful Land, some of these other tracks. Yeah, this I was really pleased to get this. Okay, finally, we have an unboxing. This should be what I think it is. We're gonna find out. Let's have a look here. Always gotta be a little bit careful when when using scissors for these. You don't wanna dig too deep and catch the sleeve, or even worse, catch the record. Especially if the sellers package the record outside of the sleeve, which some do. I think we'll be all right. Okay. Indeed it is Paul McCartney, back in the u.s.s.r. At least I think that's what that says. This was an eBay purchase. I got this for 99 cents plus shipping. I just happened to win the auction. You know, it's not like it's worth $50 or anything, but it's definitely worth more than 99 cents. Russian pressing, Soviet pressing. This album may have been repressed since in the West, I'm not sure, but originally this was only released in the Soviet Union. Let's take the record out. and it's on the Melodia label. Really nice condition, which it was supposed to be near mint, was what it was listed at. And yeah, really nice. Here's the label. Right here. What's nice, of course, is that the song names are in English. Most of the rest of it is in Russian, but it's nice to have the track names be in English. Now, McCartney does not really sing any of his own or any of the Beatles classics. This was a live album, I think it was a live album. Now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna find out. But released, this is 1989 on it. I thought it was released in 88, but maybe it was 89, so I guess I got that wrong too. But it's really more him singing rock and roll songs, classic rock and roll tracks. So we've got like Kansas City on here, actually of course the Beatles did cover. Lordy Miss Claudie, Bring It On Home to Me, one of my favorite songs from the 60s. Don't Get Around Much Anymore, okay, I know that one too. I'm Gonna Be a Wheel Someday, I'm not sure I know that one. Let's see, side 2 we have, okay, Summertime, Ain't That a Shame, okay. Cracking Up, Just Because, and Midnight Special. Oh, and That's Alright Mama is the lead track. Of course, famously done by Elvis. This is actually the second Soviet pressing that I have. I have Pink Floyd's A Delicate Sound of Thunder, which is also a Soviet pressing on the same Melodia label too. And yeah, this is just great. For 99 cents, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Yeah. So that's it. That's the vinyl update, quick little update. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for your comments, and thank you for subscribing. Until next time, bye-bye.